In the early hours of November 13, 2022, a quiet college town in northern Idaho became the scene of a horrifying crime that would reverberate across the nation. Four University of Idaho students, Kaylee Goncalves, 21, Madison Maddie Mogan, 21, Zana Kernodle, 20, and Ethan Chapin, 20, were brutally stabbed to death in their off-campus rental home on King Road in Moscow, Idaho. The attack was swift, savage, and perplexing. No signs of forced entry, no apparent motive, and a killer who slipped away into the night. For 6 weeks, the small community of roughly 26,000 lived in fear, grappling with the first murder in Moscow since 2015. Then on December 30th, 2022, authorities arrested Bryan Kohberger, a 28-year-old criminology PhD student from nearby Washington State University, linking him to the crime through DNA and his white Hyundai Elantra. As his trial looms in August 2025, the case remains shrouded in eerie silence with unanswered questions fueling both dread and fascination. The night of the murders, the victims were vibrant young adults, each with promising futures. Kaylee and Maddie, lifelong friends since 6th grade, were seniors set to graduate in 2023. Kaylee from Rathdrum, Idaho, planned to move to Texas for a tech job, while Maddie from Coeur d'Alene worked at a local restaurant with Zana. Zana, a junior from Post Falls, Idaho, was a member of Pi Beta Phi sorority and known for her radiant energy. Ethan, a freshman from Conway, Washington, was Zana's boyfriend and part of a triplet sibling set attending the university. That Saturday night, they followed typical college routines. Ethan and Zana attended a party at Sigma Chi fraternity, while Kaylee and Maddie visited a downtown bar, the Corner Club. By 1:45 a.m., all four were back at the 3-story King Road house, a rental shared by Zana, Maddie, and 2 other roommates, with Kaylee visiting after recently moving out. The attack occurred between 4 o'clock and 4:25 a.m., according to police estimates. The 6-bedroom home, perched on a hill near campus, had a layout that isolated the crime. Maddie and Kaylee were found in a 3rd-floor bedroom, sharing a bed, while Zana and Ethan were in Zana's 2nd-floor room. The murder weapon, a large fixed-blade knife, possibly military style, has never been recovered. Autopsies revealed multiple stab wounds, some defensive, indicating a struggle. Blood spattered the walls, yet the killer left a critical clue: a tan leather knife sheath on the bed next to Maddie and Kaylee, bearing touch DNA later tied to Kohberger. 2 surviving roommates, Dylan Mortensen and Bethany Funk, slept on the 1st floor, unaware until hours later. At 11:58 a.m., a 911 call from one roommate's phone reported an unconscious person. Friends had gathered at the house, summoned by the roommate's alarm at finding Zana unresponsive, but the full horror emerged when police arrived. The door was unlocked, nothing appeared stolen, and the scene suggested a targeted, personal assault. Yet no one could fathom why. The investigation. A town on edge, Moscow police, unaccustomed to such violence, partnered with Idaho State Police and the FBI, launching a sprawling investigation. Initial statements downplayed community risk, but Chief James Fry reversed course days later, admitting, "We cannot say there is no threat." The university canceled classes on November 14th, and a vigil planned for November 16th was postponed. Fear gripped Moscow as fall break approached, with students and residents questioning every shadow. Investigators faced a daunting task: no suspect, no weapon, and a flood of speculation from social media sleuths and national media. Over 19,000 tips poured in, many fueled by TikTok rumors and psychic claims. A breakthrough emerged from surveillance footage showing a white 2011 to 2013 Hyundai Elantra circling the King Road area 3 times before entering a 4th time at 4:04 a.m. Cell phone data traced the car's path back to Pullman, Washington, 9 miles away, where Kohberger lived. His phone was off from 2:47 to 4:48 a.m. A window, prosecutors say, aligns with the murders, suggesting an attempt to conceal his location. The knife sheath's DNA, analyzed via investigative genetic genealogy, IgG, pointed to Kohberger after matching it to trash from his parents' Pennsylvania home. On December 15th, Indiana State Police stopped Kohberger and his father during a cross-country drive, noting his Hyundai Elantra. 2 weeks later, on December 30th, SWAT teams arrested him in Albrightsville, Pennsylvania, 2,500 miles from Moscow. Searches of his Pullman apartment and WSU office uncovered no murder weapon, but solidified his profile as a meticulous criminology student with an unsettling interest in crime. The suspect, Bryan Kohberger. Bryan Christopher Kohberger, born in 1994 in Pennsylvania, was an academic standout with a dark edge. He earned an associate degree in psychology from Northampton Community College, 2018, a bachelor's from DeSales University, 2020, and a master's in criminal justice from DeSales, 2022. In August 2022, he began his PhD at Washington State University, just across the Idaho border from Moscow. Former classmates described him as socially awkward but brilliant, though he clashed with professors during a brief stint as a WSU teaching assistant, leading to his firing in December 2022. Kohberger's background raised red flags. In April 2022, he applied for a Pullman police internship, writing about aiding rural agencies with data analysis. Ironic given Pullman PD's role in his arrest. A Reddit survey he posted that summer, asking criminals about their emotions during crimes, hinted at a clinical fascination with murder. After his arrest, Kaylee's family claimed he followed her and Maddie on Instagram, though his account vanished post-arrest, and the defense denies any victim connection. Extradited to Idaho on January 4, 2023, Kohberger faced 4 counts of first-degree murder and 1 of felony burglary. At his May 2023 arraignment, he stood silent, prompting Judge John Judge to enter a not guilty plea. Prosecutors intend to seek the death penalty, citing the crime's brutality and multiple victims. The trial, a long road ahead. Originally set for October 2023, Kohberger's trial was delayed after he waived his right to a speedy trial. In September 2024, the Idaho Supreme Court moved it from Moscow's Lada County to Boise's Ada County, 300 miles south, due to defense concerns about media saturation and juror bias. Judge Stephen Hippler now presides, with jury selection slated for July 30, 2025, and the trial beginning August 11, expected to run through November. The prosecution's case hinges on DNA from the sheath, cell phone pings placing Kohberger near King Road 23 times before the murders, and his car's movements. They allege he surveilled the house, not stalked specific victims, a distinction criminologist Brianna Fox calls critical to proving intent. A surviving roommate, Dylan Mortensen, reported seeing a masked man in black around 4:20 a.m., describing bushy eyebrows, a detail the state says matches Kohberger, though the defense disputes its weight. Kohberger's team has mounted an aggressive defense, challenging the DNA's validity and suggesting it could have been planted. In April 2025, attorney Ann Taylor claimed 2 killers with 2 weapons were involved, a bombshell yet to be substantiated. They've also moved to suppress digital evidence from Kohberger's Amazon account showing knife purchases and question IGG's constitutionality, arguing it violates privacy. A motion to strike the death penalty, citing Kohberger's alleged autism spectrum disorder, was denied by Judge Hippler in early 2025. Unanswered questions and lasting impact. The Moscow murders defy easy explanation. Why these 4 students? Did Kohberger know them, or was it a random act by a criminology student testing his theories? The lack of a recovered weapon and motive keeps the case enigmatic. The prosecution suggests a premeditated thrill kill, while the defense insists there is no connection to the victims, pointing to circumstantial evidence gaps. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe to this channel for more content.